Planning Board meeting to order. We will begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, today is Tuesday, April 8th, 7:02 p.m., Whitman Town Planning Board. We are being recorded for public access in Whitman, Hanson, YouTube, TV, and all that stuff. In attendance tonight, myself, Adam Somerville, Chair.
Mike Bergeron, co-chair.
Amy Andrews, member.
Bob Kimball, clerk.
Brandon Griffin, member.
Alright. Does everyone want a minute or so just to read this over real quick?
And what about the application?
Yep, we can do that if you want
It doesn't
to.
matter.
Whatever you guys want to do. I just didn't know if anyone needed a minute, that's all.
Well, let's take 2 minutes to read this over.
Alright, we'll adjourn for a couple minutes just to read this, review the... Alright, we'll recall our meeting to order. So first we're just looking over the proposed replacement of the current section 240-6.6 accessory apartments as requested by the state. Open it up for any comments from anybody on the board. Anybody say anything?
Mr. Chairman, I think that it represents the what was brought up at the public hearing, and I think the planning board should approve it. It's not 100% there, but it's definitely a good compromise.
Alright. I didn't notice anything that out of the ordinary that we didn't state myself. Not that word was my thing, but Brandon, you good?
Yes, I think it's actually presented well, and the wording is clear. It references the right mass general laws in the right places, and seems to be in line with what they're looking for the WHCA with the switch. So I would be okay with this as well.
Elaine, you good?
Yeah.
Wayne? Alright. You want to make that motion, Bob?
I'll make a motion that we want to recommend favorable action to town meeting.
So what I believe we would need a motion for the board to approve it to be sent to the Board of Selectmen to be placed on the town meeting warrant, and then a motion for the board to send a notice of that you are saying, yes, we approve of it as well, to the Board of Selectmen to know that you are behind
I'll make
it.
a motion that we recommend approval of the proposed bylaw and send it to the Board of Selectmen for an insertion into the warrant for the town, East Town.
Second.
Alright, motion by Bob, seconded by Brennan. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Unanimous?
The second motion would be to have the planning board write a letter recommending favorable action on the town meeting floor.
Alright, motion by Bob,
Second.
seconded by Brandon. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Alright. Takes care of that.
Should we mention that we have a placeholder because the time for warrant has been exhausted?
Well, that would be a Board of Selectmen issue. Because if we sent it off and there wasn't none, then they would just send it back and say they couldn't put it on. Yeah.
We have put something
We can't, mail it off, say whatever you want.
We'll open this up in the middle if anyone wants to look at it. Read this off. We have 1 Standish Ave, Residence A2, existing dwelling, proposed attached garage. Let's see. Acquired the property 12/16/03. Application has been filed with the clerk, and yes, a previous appeal has been made for a farmer's porch. Section of bylaw in which relief is requested, section 240-6.5. Applicant wishes to construct attached garage to existing dwelling built prior to existing setbacks. Existing entry area is on easterly side of the dwelling. allowing access from garage into dwelling. Does anybody have any comments or concerns?
Well, they were saying that side yard onto the Plymouth Street, which is a main street, would be less than what's required by zoning. And it's partly in Abington and partly in Whitman.
Yeah, the whole house is in Whitman, the backyard's in Abington.
What's the footage, Bob?
They want a minimum footage is 20 feet off of Plymouth Street.
So it was already non-conforming.
But
It was already non-conforming.
No, they have
That's-
20.61 and 23 feet, other corners.
But on that side of the property, it was conforming.
And that's a side?
That is the side setbacks, the house is on Standish, but the garage is facing Plymouth, so it's a side setback from the front door of the house.
Okay. And
It's
it's,
a corner lot, so it's kinda,
oh, okay. And this is A2, right?
yes.
When I go down there today, the front of the house is facing.
So 15 is not sufficient in this case?
Plymouth Street.
I'm sorry, Wayne.
What's that?
When I looked at it today, the front of the house was not facing Summit. No.
The address is Standish Ave,
But and
so,
the front of the house,
Faces Standish, yeah.
but the garage itself, the entrance to the garage, I think is gonna be on Plymouth Street is what they were saying, right?
But then I've only got 20 feet between the garage and the street. That's not enough
Okay,
because I can't.
that's your driveway.
Because I can't get a, if I get a pickup truck there parked in front of the garage, it's gonna,
Yep,
and, I understand that the street probably out here moved with more, because there's not sidewalks and stuff,
yeah.
but still, the car is gonna be, or the truck's gonna be on public property.
Yep. Lane?
Is the front of the garage gonna face Plymouth?
That's what it says in the thing. It says, entry areas is on easterly side of dwelling, allowing access from garage into dwelling. So I'm just trying to,
Easterly side, which
yeah,
was Plymouth Street.
yeah. The north's usually up, right?
I know this,
Up, okay, just, yep, that's what I was looking for. I didn't see an end, so I wasn't sure.
basically goes,
Yep,
if they wanted to put it, the access off Standish Ave, even then, that's not good because it's too close to the street coming in.
yep.
I would recommend non-favorable action. And the purpose, the reason being that the frontage from the garage to the street isn't adequate for the state highway.
They refer to the fact that they're gonna have entrance from the garage into the dwelling. Will that be at the back of the garage?
Yeah, that was
No,
what I asked.
in the garage, it's looking like this, they have stairs inside the garage.
There's a door on the side of the house with a very
Right.
small porch and a couple of stairs right now, I believe that would.
Right.
But that
Just go
door's gonna
straight
be on
into-
the back of the garage if the garage is facing Plymouth Street.
That's how I'm reading it. It doesn't say where the garage doors are gonna be, but I'm reading it as that way.
I don't think the garage doors are facing Plymouth Street. If you look at the property,
Yeah,
they currently have a driveway that goes like an arch, and he's got two vehicles parked exactly where you would put a garage. I went and looked at it. That's the only reason I know. Next to where the garage would end up being is a very small plot of land with shrubbery that abuts Plymouth Street.
but this is where the house faces right here.
right.
But my point is, are they facing the entrances in the same way for the garage?
Just so that I'll reread the way it says, existing entry area, so that means to me entry area into the garage, is on the easterly side of the dwelling, allowing access from garage into dwelling.
Yeah, but that's like the breezeway.
Correct.
So that would be from the side of the house into the garage, but are the two doors to the garage gonna be faced?
I read it as like you're facing Plymouth, yes. That's how I read it. But it's tough to say without the,
He's changing the whole,
I mean, are they
He's gonna
just
have, he's gonna have.
I don't think.
trying to say the front is not the front?
No, I think what they,
He's not gonna have
personally, from seeing the property,
Coming from Plymouth.
he's got a house, he's got a little porch here, and then you see a car and a truck. And then there's shrubbery and you're right on Plymouth Street. There's hardly any setback, even from where he is now.
Yeah, but he's not gonna have the entrances on this
Well,
side.
that's what these guys
but that's what
are
it's
saying.
states in the, it
My
says,
thought is he's gonna have it this way.
Yeah.
Be right here.
that's what, it- yeah.
So they're saying that, I don't see
I
this
think he's
being
talking about
possible.
the
I think,
easterly, this
Yeah.
easterly door is gonna create an adjacent so that he can go into the garage, just like anybody who puts a little breezeway to get into their garage.
Do we interpret it either way? That's just how I read it, it's the easterly side entry area. Entry to the garage is how I read it.
Existing entry area is on the easterly side, which is
Yeah.
right here.
Right into the house.
Allowing access from the garage into the dwelling.
Yeah,
So I don't get where you're getting, you're thinking of the.
I'm just reading.
You're thinking of the entrance as the doors into the garage versus the door into the house.
Correct.
Right.
But it doesn't state where.
A good plan would show where the,
What
Correct.
the openings would be.
and the thing is,
Well, there's no way they can have.
There's no
You
way
just have to put a
here.
little square and just show how many doors and where it would
They
be.
couldn't come in from Plymouth Street, there's not enough room to even swing your car.
Yeah,
There is
that's what we're
now,
saying.
there is now, because he's got a driveway that does this now.
Yeah,
Both coming in from Plymouth Street. But once he puts a building there, he's gonna be touching his hedges
right.
that are like 10 feet from the street.
and that's, and the other thing is it's an oversized garage. It's 30 feet deep
Yeah,
and it's 28 feet wide.
right.
It's still only 23 feet off the corner anyway, so if you
Right.
put a car in the driveway, it's still gonna be short.
The driveway would be here.
Even if it is there, it's still a short, very short driveway. Coming out, depending on how far the
Even if
property
he
goes
came
back.
from here,
Either or,
because he's got a current,
yeah,
he's got
that would
a,
be a tough turn coming off of Plymouth.
Yeah.
It's too close to.
It's very close for a drive, you know. Because most cars, you figure cars 12 to 14 feet.
Isn't there a bylaw that says it's supposed to be so many feet from the corner, 40 feet from the corner?
I'm sure one of
I'm
them
not
says
saying
that.
it's meaning, he's made a point, I'm not arguing for or against.
Right.
I'm just trying to see what is he doing. But he makes the point that the existing setbacks are not adequate from historic time.
Yeah,
What's the question, Bob?
How long does the driveway have to be from the street
From
to
the
the
street.
house?
because when they put the one at the Buell and Tremont Street, that new house, it's exactly 40 feet.
Which one?
Where the big house up here, they subdivided the lot, and Mento put the,
On South Ave?
no, Tremont Street, Buell,
What street?
Buell, is it, what's the street? It goes off to, towards Abington and,
Runs off of Washington?
no,
Walnut?
Walnut Street?
no, Temple Street.
Temple Street goes to Brockton.
Yeah, no, before you get to the top of the hill.
Yeah.
And then it goes to Abington and goes down to School Street.
Beulah Street.
Beulah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then-
Oh, the house at the end where it merges to Washington.
No,
That
no,
faces Washington?
no, the house in Buell in Tremont Street, where they had the big house, they subdivided the lot. They put, and then they put the,
I mean, look over your
what?
shoulder.
Oh, no, I
I get
don't.
confused with these fucking
Temple Street.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's-
Temple and Beulah?
Yeah, they put that,
Oh,
plan.
oh, yeah,
They're
yeah,
not-
yeah.
That's 40 feet.
No, it's
The
a lot
lot is
scamming.
just the right side, they got the
And
right
the-
side so they could do it.
The table of contents. could-
We're trying to find that, but we're just, we're working on it.
Corner lots, all right.
I think that.
Driveways,
I think I
length,
agree
we
with
just
you.
have something for driveways.
for his garage, because the driveway came in.
On a corner lot to provide unobstructed visibility at intersections, no sign, fence, wall, tree, hedge, or other vegetation,
That you can't,
Which
no
he
building or other
knows.
structure between 3 feet and 10 feet above the street.
Minimum driveway length from a house, like, that's what we're kind of looking for, I think, is what he was asking.
but that's still,
Just my guess.
doesn't matter.
No, but I'm saying he knows what the situation is.
Well, he says,
Yeah, he was saying it's
for an
about,
existing dwelling built per
Because we have your driveway here, how close can the, how long's the minimum driveway length to the street?
right.
Entry
We're wondering.
is
It-
right there,
yeah, these are,
and is on
I
the
mean,
east side.
yeah, follow,
There's
but
a
This
dwelling
space,
allowing
this
access
off-street
from the
parking
garage.
loading
He's only
regulations,
making
that's
it
what zone,
interesting.
that's
He
what.
knows the setbacks.
yeah, that's like,
He's only making
Consistent
the point that
parking spot.
from his
Yes,
house to
lead
what will
station,
be the
yeah.
garage, there is an entrance.
Yes.
He doesn't say anything about the doors that are gonna have a car go in.
see, and there's always a
Having
ton
looked
of
at it, I
shit
can't
on
imagine
parking.
having
Yeah.
doors on this side. I'm thinking they have. to-
Driveways are like,
Have to be done.
I feel like
Yeah,
they're,
I've only got a distance between here and the driveway.
That I get.
Parking, you're
That I
putting
totally
car,
get.
people park in the front lawn.
Even this is too close.
I mean, I'm not on the zoning board, but if I looked at that and I saw anything less than like 18 feet, I'd probably still go.
Well, cars typically about 12 to 14 feet long.
Mhm.
What'd you come up with, Brandon?
We still haven't found anything yet, I'm just specifically on driveways.
Yeah, the only info that I could really look up is about corner lots and shrubbery and street grade.
I'm sure it's in there somewhere, just no matter where.
I'll find it, I just,
It'd be nice if we have, like, we always ask somebody to come and say hello.
I need to download this whole thing into a PDF just so I can search.
Your dog control.
On lots of budding streets on more than one side, the front yard requirement shall apply to each of the abutting streets.
Right,
Does that help?
has to be both sides.
Well, that doesn't do the driveway, but both sides have to,
Okay.
it definitely does it.
Hello? Yes, we're having an argument here on that case.
Yeah, I don't see anything. This
Even under D, does a driveway, an open space located on a lot which is accessible driveway, or off-street parking or loading space.
It's yeah.
Just a definition.
Those are the
Why don't you
dictionary
call,
pages.
call the big guy here.
What street are you on?
Is that John? Is that
John
John?
Golo that wants to talk to you.
Hello, John.
I have somebody that calls.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, we're not there yet.
That's all right.
Can I call a recess?
No.
Mr. Chairman, can I call a recess?
Yes.
Sure.
And we're back on.
All right, we're recalled.
240-8.7, entrance and exit points. Driveways may be no closer than 55 feet to any intersection or street line, and no less than 55 feet apart. So it's gotta be 55 feet
From the corner.
from an intersection.
I don't think they got that.
No, they only have 23 feet.
Yeah.
Both sides have to be the same, have to be.
So right here,
Bob, could you tell me
Yeah.
what
the corner's only 20 feet from.
number regulation it was? Sorry, I missed that.
240-8.7, paragraph B.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's actually, if you went down this way and over, it's actually less than 20 feet.
Yeah.
So,
So it's supposed to be 55 feet.
okay, so that explains it. Then he said there was nothing in there about length of driveway to street, as long as it met setbacks.
Yeah,
So.
no, but this
But
is.
yep, no, absolutely.
So I make a motion that we recommend denial based on the fact that it doesn't meet the intersection with the driveway, and 20 feet is much too close to the state highway.
I'll second that.
Motion by Bob, second by Wayne. You all set, Melissa? All right. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Yes.
Unanimous.
Joe, Adam,
Yes, sir.
I have somebody for the last 3 months who's been calling me.
Well, is this-
at the same time.
Is this relative to the meeting? Then it should be on tape.
Alright. So next we have the final release of Pine Tree Estates. I have a letter from Mr. Egan. Dear Board, we have completed this project. I've submitted all final plans and road acceptances. These plans have been reviewed by the town's engineers and approved. We have a surety bond on this project as opposed to a cash bond. The bond is coming up for renewal. Then now we're done with everything. We're requesting a letter from the planning board that we can give the insurance company that states we no longer need to renew the bond as project of the work is complete. We have confirmation from PMP Consulting that everything is in order and everything is completed. So,
I had a question.
all right.
It says that, item 2, if you look at the first thing on the page, it says it is completed, or closed, they say,
Is that the current curve? We have the curving?
yeah?
Yep.
But then it says, where's it? The third paragraph down, that there's 2 minor items to be addressed. So, do we get a cover on top of this that says everything's done?
These here, everything in these here was submitted on January 24th to him, and everything that has been completed.
But
Okay.
first statement says this particular thing is completed.
Yep.
Third statement says there's 2 minor openings to be addressed.
Okay.
So how do we know those are completed?
You only have one from PMP that says that everything is done.
Where does it say everything is done? I only see that it says that first thing is done. Am I missing a piece of it?
I don't. I only have from January 25th or 24th.
We don't know when his bond is coming up.
Do we have a letter from PMP?
It's on the front page, is what you're saying?
So this one says that all these things that are listed, like the pictures and
It's at the
everything.
front page.
Yep, it says that those are from March 4th, 2024. Those were all the things that needed to be fixed, and that they went out on January 24th, 2025 to confirm they were all completed.
I was missing the first piece. Sorry for the confusion.
No problem.
Oh, we didn't get this till late February, right?
Yeah,
Correct, yeah.
He
He missed the time.
they email each other back and forth, the developer and
But this
but
letter was sent to Adam on the 25th.
no, that's when PMP emailed it to everyone that was on, like, to Egan, but he didn't return, he brought me these things yesterday, so we just received all this from
Okay.
yesterday.
And so, are we supposed to have a 2-week notice to act on something that is?
Well, he asked if he could submit it for this meeting, and I said yes, and he
He
brought
can
it to me
submit it.
yesterday. Yes, and he brought it to me.
Right, but do we have to act on it?
You can do whatever you want, I'm not telling you to do it.
I would suggest that we have time to review it and take a look at the property, so on and so forth.
Okay. I don't think another 2 weeks is gonna make that big a difference, because it's not gonna make, I don't know when this bond is up.
I can,
What,
If you want to email,
I
just
can
ask him.
email him and
Yeah.
let him know that this is what you guys have decided, and if there's anything that he responds back to me with any sort of time constraints, I can reach out to the board.
What is it
let
we
you know.
want to look up? One of us, do you want to go out there yourself?
But,
Okay, I'm just asking, that's all. Just curious.
but wait a minute.
Yes, Lauren.
Us delaying it is not delaying it getting on the town meeting.
No.
No, it has nothing to do.
Past the date.
Yeah, it's not getting on town meeting, it's just, you approving that he doesn't have to, that he doesn't have to.
It's not
redo
even
the
released
bond.
the bond, he doesn't have to take up another insurance policy for it.
Yeah.
I realize, and
Yeah.
what may be the reason that he's trying to get it done.
That's why I was asking.
Let me
I'm
finish
sorry.
my sentence. It may be a fully earned policy versus that if he cancels at midterm, he gets a refund. So that may be why he's trying to avoid to have to pay a full year. So us looking at it, we should find out that.
Yeah, I will, like I said, I can send him an email, and like I said, I can let him know that you guys are gonna review it, and then in 2
You're
weeks,
missing my point. totally.
No, I know what you're saying.
Then in 2
The
weeks,
way
but-
I read it is it's a yearly thing, renewal on the bond.
Did he send us a letter at all?
yep, Adam read it
I
at
read
the
it.
beginning.
Okay, let me read the letter, just,
The PMP and everybody approved everything. And of course, then, sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to help him, Adam.
Yeah.
It doesn't cost him anything.
No, that's
No, yeah,
why
but that's why I said I can send him an email and let him know that we are looking at it for 2 weeks from now, and then if there's any time constraints, that he can let me know, and then we could go from there.
if he had put in here a date of
Right.
when he had to,
Yeah,
then it would be a little
If you
more.
could just tell us when he needs to renew it, we can
yeah,
try to
I
get,
can
we can try to get ahead of it.
100% can email him tonight and let you get, reach out to the board as soon as I hear back.
Brandon, you good?
Elaine,
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we put this, continue with this to the next, planning board meeting.
And I'll second that. All in favor of the table to the next meeting? Aye? No, Elaine?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, so unanimous. Sorry for the confusion.
Well, that's okay.
No, I apologize to Elaine.
All right.
I didn't mean to overstep on you or.
Let us talk.
I know.
Do that. There is a bill, sorry, I couldn't think of the word, from PMP for the services they did on this for $1,280. There is enough money in his account left over to pay this, so I would just need you guys to make a motion
Yeah,
to
we should pay it.
pay the engineer.
Do we have a motion to pay PMP for Pine Tree Estates?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Elaine,
Second.
second by Brendan, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous.
And then there's the meeting minutes from March 11th.
Sorry.
I have a question.
Yes,
Find it. You said that I asked about blue coloring.
yep, on the, so it's, sorry, because right before it says, A. Somerville inquires about the yellow on the plans denotes, and he said it was wetlands, and then you had asked about whether it was blue on the plans, and it was a pond, basically.
Okay. That should be added to that because it's.
Yep.
Nobody would understand it. The other thing is, I specifically remember asking him about an idea of the costs. You have Bob ask that.
Well,
Maybe Bob asked it too. Because I remember saying to him, we're not swearing him to it. And it's not a big deal, but it.
no, it's fine. I will go back and I will go listen to the recording again, and I will adjust these, and I will bring them back to you guys at the next meeting for you to look over and let me know if you can approve them or not.
Okay.
So we'll table the meeting minutes for March 11th.
Yep.
Does anybody else have anything, new business? Or anything they'd like to say?
I do not.
Now, we have correspondence about a plan from East Bridgewater on Union Street, which is away from Whitman, so it doesn't impact us.
What's the date of that one?
The date of it is March 25th.
Yeah.
Alright, anything else?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion adjourned.
Why not?